It is Friday, November 7th. We have another Twinski edition. Please lock it in, Riley. Lock it in, Twinski edition of Riley Fridays. One that we have to address was not supposed to be a Twinski only episode. The third member of the Holy Twinski. What's our name? What are we as three? The Holy Trinity?
Holy Trinity, yeah.
The Holy Trinity has been broken up on behalf of Greg. Greg released a statement in which that he said some hurtful things. He said some real things. He said some hurtful things. I am back from the airport for what it's worth. And he decided to hold out for this episode. Now, this all started from, I think, a mistake that you and I, Riley, can go ahead and go hand up here. We should have gave him more. We should have gave him more points.
We should have.
Unfortunately, Greg, he won't let it go. He won't let it go. We made our apologies. We offered to make changes. Maybe it's on me because I know you had a note that was going to be released, and I said, you know
Correct.
what? I'm not doing it. I had to stand on business, all right? I said I was wrong, but I'm not releasing a note. Gregory responded by releasing his own note in his own right, where he called us cowardice. How do we respond to that?
Throwing out cowardice hurt a little bit. You know what? I take a hand up that we did underscore him on the 5 out of 10 for the boldness for a Cam Boozer 30 rebound game. But Greg also, remember when I tried to break down like a mid-major game or some team that no one cared about a few weeks ago where we had to have a players only meeting in between segments where Greg was saying KYP, know your personnel. He's got to know his personnel where it's like you and I both are going to overreact to exhibitions. You and I both love exhibitions. You and I are both going to tune him out when he starts talking about how a 30 rebound game hasn't been done in 30 years. It's like, we don't care. We just saw Cam Boozer roll out of bed with 24 against Tennessee, against one of the most physical front lines in the country. That was a bad read on his part, thinking that it was going to be like worthy of a 9 or a 10 when we are his audience, two guys who are locked into exhibitions and who and honestly, I would throw Greg in the same group as us. We are experts at overreacting to this stuff. This is what we do. This is our game. This is me. This is this is our skill set. It's under our umbrella. So, yeah, I think my statement was pretty good. Regardless, that'll probably never see the light of the day. I signed it, which I always love doing a good little signature. Riley Davis, number 3, high school football number that has never left me. But yeah, I don't know if we go like the petty angle that's like we really got to emphasize how much fun we're having to make Greg jealous, or if it's like stay on that side, you're an op now until you stop holding out like bitterness approach.
Two things for me. One, I don't want to engage in that battle because I know Greg's powers. I'm scared of Greg. I'm scared.
That's a good point.
I think being on Greg's bad side is one of the worst places to be on. If I can avoid it, I don't want to be there because I know what he's capable of. And two, I've never come on here and said I'm not a coward. I'm not brave. I'm a massive coward. And honestly, I'm fine with that. I'm a massive, it's how I operate. I play it safe. I don't indulge in moments. I'm a coward. It's fine. I'm not on here saying I'm the bravest person of all time. I'll be a coward for what it's worth. So all I ask is that Greg insults me in the correct fashion. Don't call me something that's an endearing term. If you called me a coward, I was like, yeah. Big coward. Whoa. So there's nothing really else to say about that. But I'll say this. We miss you, man. We miss you, man. It's good to have the Holy Trinity as a whole when we do these episodes. Like, what if we were going to talk a little bit of Michigan? Where's our little Michigan stink at? We're not whole right now.
What if I was wanting to bond with someone over like having Elliot Cadeau as a point guard at some point?
Right, exactly. Like, come on, man. Like, we need to depend on each other. We need to be each other's biggest fans. And if we don't release a note, we probably won't. We're sorry, but like I hope you listen to this and just know that we miss you, man. We miss you, and you're welcome back with you're welcome back with open arms. You know the passcode to get in. This is your Zoom.
This kind of took a turn, and I think it's wise on your part. I was ready to defend ourselves a little bit more. You reminded me of Greg's powers. He is one of the more like persuasive dudes you'll meet in terms of like you get in an argument, you get in a standoff, he's probably going to win. And now all I can think of is that clip of the guy in the courtroom going, "Tell my mama I'm sorry, 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 sorry. Just tell our triplet I'm sorry, 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 sorry.
We miss you.
Please come back." Please come back and talk and talk and talk about Ellie.
Ellie is crazy. Gregory, come back. Come on now. Next week, actually next week you're required to be here.
Yeah,
That's. I'm putting my foot down. I'm putting my fat foot down. It's wide, by the way, and I'm saying you got to come back. All right. So I'll see you next week. Riley will have topics, and we will be whole again.
I have one more question though, Cart.
Please.
Do you think Greg is actually the third? He signed off Gregory David Waddell the third, which
He's
to me
not.
seems like a lie.
No, he's not.
Okay.
He-
I like adding a little suffix just for good measure. I went through part of my high school career signing things as Riley Davis the fourth. That was like a little bit I had going that it would get a laugh from the teachers, depending on if it's like the right kind of teacher. I think some of them just ignored it. But yeah, it played to the crowd well. So I respect the move, but I did want to do a little research to see if there's any legitimacy to that.
No, also like I did the same thing. I think from like seventh grade to probably junior year of high school, I just added a number every year to my Roman numeral. And by
What's
the
your
time
favorite Roman numeral?
crazy you think I know a Roman numeral. Like my favorite one visually, I can't tell you what number it is VI.
So that's sixth.
Yeah.
VI is cool.
Yeah. I'm a VI guy.
I think like if you commit to getting to the fifth and then beyond, you like it's pretty special on a jersey. Remember when the Texans had Will Fuller and
Hmm.
his jersey just said Fuller the fifth on the back?
Yeah. That was
Surprised his career didn't last longer, but that was fire.
Will Fuller couldn't catch, but man, he was fast.
He was so fast.
Dude, he was so fast. Not a Will Fuller shout. That's a good transition to get into the YouTube comment. If we're gonna get into Will Fuller dialogue here. Let's go with this one. It's not a comment, but this is an olive branch I'd like to extend to a commenter who's been very mean to us on a lot of different social platforms. I don't know if this is actually her or someone posing as somebody, but someone named Kay Phillips. Can you stop being so mean to us, please?
I've seen that person as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she really lets us have it, man. And I'm it's starting to hurt me a little bit, Kay. I wanna extend an olive branch and maybe we can find some common ground here and we can be nicer to each other because you really let us have it all the time.
Can I? I got compared to Jimmy Neutron for the first time in the comments. I feel like that's a rite of passage for most white dudes with brown hair.
That's, that's funny. Would that make me who's the big dude?
Carl Weezer
I'm Carl Weezer and Greg is Sheen.
and Sheen. Yeah, that's
Oh,
fitting.
he's not gonna like that one.
You
Um,
know, because Duncan Robinson got compared to Jimmy
mhm.
Neutron. Remember that was the thing. It's like the Drake song. Shout out to Duncan Robinson. We relate. We get the same attention.
Or something like that, or some lyrics like that. Honestly, before I get to the Discord comments, Riley, I know you sometimes tap into the YouTube comments. I see you in the mud sometimes. Is there anyone in there that's actually like hurt you a little bit, where like you saw it and you're like, "Ouch, that kind of hurt me a little bit."
Every once in a while, it might have been like one of the Kentucky fans who said that like all my evaluation takes are terrible and that it's amazing I get paid to talk about basketball. Whenever someone throws that at you and says your evaluations are terrible, like that actually does hurt a little bit. I can deal with like how does this dude get paid to talk about basketball? But when you take it one step further and say no, like every single evaluation you make about a player is wrong and terrible, like yeah, that gets to you a little bit.
Yeah, honestly, usually, like I said, I was a fat kid growing up. I was a fat mixed kid that went to Jewish schools. You can't hurt me, brother. It's been said to me. I know how this goes. I know how this life goes. I wore braces for 9 years and had a curly afro. I know what this life is about. You really can't hurt me. I don't think, if I could think back to one comment where I was like, ouch, that really hurt. I think somebody said something about, or it didn't even hurt me. It was like Carter thinks he could talk basketball because he played basketball but he's a bum ass D3 player. When have I ever come on this podcast and say I was good at basketball? I know my role. All right. Listen, I played for 4 years. I enjoyed it. I was a below average Division 3 basketball player. That is completely fine with me. I loved it. And they gave me the jersey. They actually didn't give it to me. My wife got it from my coach a year and gave it as a gift, but I got it eventually. All right. And many other people wear it after me because they didn't even think about retiring my jersey. I wasn't even worthy of that. I was barely worthy of getting a mention. But at the end of the day, you can talk basketball without playing basketball, man. I don't get it. Why do I have to be good at basketball to talk about basketball?
Yeah. It has been said on this program before. G like nailed the scout on me, where like someone asked a question about a sleepers combine and skills competition. It was like, oh yeah, Riley's gonna dominate. And Greg said something in terms of skills competition. Greg was like, we know Riley is fast and can jump, but we have no indication he has any legitimate basketball skills. Can he dribble or shoot? And the answer to both those questions is no. So yeah, but here we are. Here we are.
But get my guy in a combine setting, and it's game over.
Get me in a combine setting, I'm getting drafted. Get me in the 5-on-5 scrimmage, and yeah, that's a different story. But
Does that kind of make you Zach Wilson?
I want to be a better workout warrior than Zach Wilson.
Okay.
Uh,
Who's like an all-timer combine legend who never worked out?
Don Terry Poe,
That's a
but he
good
was,
one. But he had a
or
solid NFL career though, didn't he?
yeah, he was seen as kind of a bust at first, but he figured it out. You remember that dude, the Arkansas quarterback from like the 2000s, who was called the Freak, Matt Miller, Mike Miller, something.
I
What was that dude's name?
are you
He
sure it
was
was Arkansas?
I'm pretty sure he was drafted by the Jaguars. They tried to make him a receiver because he was supposed to be like this insane athlete, but couldn't cut it as a quarterback. Get to the Discord comments and I'll figure it out and
All right,
report
I'm gonna
back
go
to
ahead and
you.
get to the Discord comments. Join the Discord. Discord is 9.99 a month. Make sure you join in the description. I'm sorry, not join in the description. The link is in the description of our Twitter page. You can join from there. 9.99 a month. Make sure you do it on your desktop to avoid the fees and everything that gets in there. But we are going to start. Let's see here. Okay, we did that one. I think we are on this one, if I'm not mistaken. All right, let's start with this one. Jay Millie says, we have officially reached Jack Benter, hashtag get bent season. I could have not asked for a better start with him. He will probably only play 10 to 15 minutes the rest of the season due to the role, but hashtag get bent is a flamethrower. Can I get a Benter stat prediction for Friday night against Greg Campy and his Marvin Lewis job security? Sidebar, appreciate all the content and work y'all do on a daily basis. Don't let the haters get you down. Jay Millie, that Marvin Lewis job security line is a bar, by the way.
That was incredible.
That was it. That's a great comment to start the day with. What do you have as a Jack Bencher stat line on
I'll give him,
Friday?
I'm going to give him 10 points, three made threes, couple boards, two
Yeah, I think
boards.
so too. I'm wondering if TKR is going to play, and even if he does play, I think they're going to beat Oakland pretty handedly. So I think he'll play a good amount. I'll say I'll say 8. I'll go 8, 4, and 2 highlight reel blocks. I'll go that for Jack Bencher. And maybe I want to see a dunk this game if I'm not mistaken. Because like when I was like doubting Jack Bencher, everyone would just send me the video of him breaking the backboard in high school. So like I'd like to see a little bit of like I know we saw it on the block, but I'd like to see a dunk. Go ahead and get Showtime. Get a little windy with it if you got that in your game. Shut Mackey down. I haven't seen a windmill Mackey since Jaden Ivey, so let's go ahead and see it. Travis Nelson
Also,
says, "Oh, go
I
ahead.
found I found the Arkansas guy.
Who was it?
Matt Jones was his name.
I
6'6",
I do remember him.
ran a 4.340. I think played on the basketball team at Arkansas as well. That was why they nicknamed him the Freak
He was
because
kind
he,
of a fun
yeah,
receiver for like a couple weeks.
yeah. I mean, he had 600 receiving yards in 2006, which like if you stretch out, that's basically like an 1,000 yard season today.
Yeah, round up.
Based on based on like changing rules and quarterback play and everything. So not a I mean, pretty close to a complete bust. I think he only played in the NFL for 4 years, but yeah, that he was definitely a workout warrior. Just 6'6", ran really fast. So anyway,
Would
continue.
kill to be a workout warrior. Travis Nelson says, I missed the Crab Five. I missed Jacoby Gillespie in the Big Ten. I missed when Michigan State was good on offense. I missed when Michigan wasn't fun. Hashtag random things I miss Flurry. I kind of missed the Crab Five. That was fun.
Yeah, I do. I miss Derek Queen. I miss Rodney Rice in a Maryland jersey too.
It's gonna be weird. Who's like the weirdest player that's gonna be like you have to watch this year and be like, why are they in that uniform?
Great question. Trey Holloman in an NC State jersey still feels weird to me.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think if there's anyone so far that I've seen. Honestly, seeing Henry Vasar in a UNC jersey feels really odd.
that does feel a little bit odd. Yeah, Trey Holloman is a good shout. That just doesn't look right. Like the logo general, not in the green and white, doesn't feel right. But
Mhm.
Baysar is another good shot for sure. I felt that there's always a connection to looking at Arizona guys and being like, this is weird. Like Caleb Love at Arizona was so weird.
Yeah, that was odd.
It was just I just couldn't get with it. Honestly, Chad Baker Mazara at USC is gonna be weird this year too.
Yeah, I
Like
agree.
like what? Let's see here. Izzo's friend Jake says. Mine. Mine. Yes, sir, Josiah Jervis. Who's your current mine? Is it Maximo?
Yeah, it's Maximo.
Okay. Not Dillamingo?
No, I don't think we're gonna get Dillamingo.
Okay. Well, gotta have some positivity, Riley. Stick with it, man. Getting the visit. Isaiah from NYC says, "Ah, Cart, your team needs a shooter, and my team needs a point guard. Let's do a trade. I'll give you Captain Jack for Divine Ugochukwu. Solves both you." Isaiah, you serious? I will bear crawl with Divine Ugochukwu on my back to is St. John's in Queens?
It is in Queens, yes.
I will bear crawl with him on my back in inclement weather from Michigan to Queens, and then also take Ian Jackson back on a bear crawl on my back in inclement weather back to East Lansing if that's the trade you really want to do. That's crazy. I mean, I couldn't get to the phone fast enough if that's the trade. Are we
Dude, he
serious?
would Ian would look so good in that scripted jersey.
Mm.
Oh my gosh, that'd be special.
Right, and then Isaiah would get Ugochukwu and be like, whoa, 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 whoa. And it's no takesy backsies either because I bear crawl.
We would get how over under how many St. John's games it would be before we get a Isaiah voice memo on the Discord ranting about Divine Hugo Chukwu.
Literally his
One and a
first
half.
4 minute stretch. The first 4 minute stretch, and he would be livid. He would be absolutely livid. Darth D Rock says Wilkerson is the best shooter Indiana IU has had since. Best shooter they've had. It's been a minute since they had just like a knockdown shooter. I don't want to miss guys, but like, is Jordan Holes too far back?
Trying to think, like go back to that the last Yogi Ferrell team that made the Sweet
Was Holes
16.
on that team?
Let's see, let me check. Who was the best shooter? I mean Yogi shot 42% from three that year. That had James Blackman.
James Blackman. He was pretty good from 3 point range, wasn't he?
Hmm
Let me
Robert Johnson was a really good shooter. Yeah, you might have to.
over here trying to pull up, show up the see the rest here.
So who was on? Let's see.
It's probably James Blackman.
And Jordan. I mean Jordan Holes. So Holes was on that team that made the Sweet 16 with Vic and Cody Zeller. So
It's definitely James Blackman back in 2017. He was 43% on 7 attempts a game.
geez, honestly, that was better than I remember it being.
I didn't realize how good James Blackman was point. Like he played
He
three
was
years. He
nice,
averaged
yeah.
16, 16, and 17.
He was good. Remember Deron Davis? I'm looking at this page. This is a throwback. Wow, some of these
James
guys just figured them out.
Blackman's what's it called? Look, percentages were great too. He just really didn't do
Hmm
much else, to be honest with you. But yeah,
Yeah.
James Blackman is who is the best shooter since. Also, Tucker's going to be a good shooter this year, so it'll be interesting to see how that works out between him and Lamar. Augie says running point debut episode was sick. So cool to see you guys go from drunk scouts to red couch stream with Robbie Hummel to now doing a collab with one of the best college basketball players ever. And you guys are still ascending. Very much looking forward to seeing where you take this project. Thanks, Augie. I appreciate it. Look, it's really cool to like have this opportunity, I would say, especially given like that it's really organic and how it happened. Like we kind of just, this is everybody too, like Riley included, everyone who contributes to this channel, we like pride ourselves on hard work, like blue collar type podcasts and recording and putting content out for people, and it's nice for it to lead to opportunities like that. Whether it's big as having the Braden thing to even like Riley for you, like it was awesome that you were a credentialed media member at a UNC game on behalf of Sleepers Media. Like that is even cool in its own right to me. So it's always nice when the hard work pays off. I'm glad that people enjoyed it. I hope that it continues, and we'll keep on putting out great stuff for y'all. But yeah, it was fun to record. I will say that Braden's awesome. Let's see here. Someone put so some people have put questions for Braden in the comment section where we might not get to those, but maybe we'll do another channel for those just so we make sure we get like true episodes on or true comments on this episode. Um, Dougie Tutter says, when should I cash in the bet and decide on a sign behind Greg for an episode? Also, what would you like to see? What would make you smile every time you see it? Ooh, what would make if we could put a poster or a sign behind Greg Riley, what should we put
Hmm.
for an episode?
I've always felt excluded that it's all of his photoshops are just you and him that I don't get included on any of them. So I would find a trifecta to interpose myself into.
Here's what I want. I want a picture of John Beeline coaching the Cavs, and I want photo AI shops of your face on Chetty Osman
Uh-huh.
and Greg's face on I don't even know some other Caucasian player. That's what I want. That's all I want.
Dean Wade, was Dean Wade on that team?
I don't think no, I think D Wayne was still in college back then. This was when Beeline left back in the day.
I think Dean Wade might have been on that team.
No way. He had to still be in college.
He's been in the league a minute.
For real?
I think so. All right. Which year did Beeline? So Beeline coached the Cavs in 2019 to 2020.
That was 2019?
Mm-hmm.
That seems so much longer ago. Maybe it
And
was.
it really does. I mean, time has gone by, and like pre-pandemic stuff just feels like eons ago.
That is crazy.
Okay, so Greg could be Matthew Dellavedova. I could be Jetty Osman. Do you want to be Dante Exum? He was on that roster.
I'll be Exum. I'm good with that. So yeah, if you can find a photo of that, Dougie, and go ahead and put our faces on that with John Beeline coaching them, I think that'd be a funny sign to have behind Greg for an episode.
And
Uh,
Dean Wade also was on that team. This is
wh-
rookie year.
ball knower. Don't let anyone tell you different. Malik Perry says, "Happy Riley. Which would you rather have? Beat MSU or get Maximo Adams?"
Wait, for me?
Yeah,
Probably get Maximo Adams.
yeah, 100%. Do we play you guys this year?
Yeah, we do in Florida.
Oh yeah, we do. They came up with like some fire gear for that too, by the way. Like
Oh,
some
really? I didn't know
Florida
what that.
style stuff. Expensive as all get out though, but like some nice polos and things like that. Malik Perry again. Have to give Big Cat some flowers. This team we got is hard to watch because they're not put together yet. Carter ain't went into this team stinks though phase. So good job.
Good on you, Cart.
Yeah, good on. Hey, look at me getting some credit. Malik, once again, Tom. I hope your ass ain't sitting down. Ethan Taylor has to be the next one to get the king treatment. He finishes practice, Tom waiting with a smoothie. He finished class, have a snack ready. He finishes his going to the bathroom, don't be around him, but do everything to get him. Then Adams, any weekend plans?
Incredible. Yeah, love that. Love that visual of Tom with a smoothie, just waiting on Ethan Taylor. This weekend on Friday night, going to Kansas UNC. Looking forward to that. Saturday, my mother-in-law and her husband are in town. We'll probably go into Chapel Hill. They might go to the football game. We would just go and like check out the scene that morning. I'm still not spending U.S. currency on UNC football, but God bless them for doing so. So yeah, that's kind of on the docket.
I respect that. I actually will be with Greg this weekend. We are
Oh,
getting the family
really?
together. I'm heading up to KZoo to go visit Gregory and probably just hang out, let the kids hang out, see my niece and nephew, and honestly probably watch a good amount of college basketball since we're gonna be together. So that'll be fun. Let's see here. Isaiah from NYC. Everyone in Discord thinks I'm tripping saying a grilled chicken Caesar wrap is a cheat meal. Do y'all agree? Also, what's your favorite cheat meal and not snack, but an actual meal?
I don't like. I guess maybe if you look at the wrap with like the Caesar dressing, it depends on what you're going for. I would not consider that a cheat meal. If I'm really just like going hard on some food with like disregarding my nutrition, I'll probably eat like a. I'm like a big just eat a full pizza kind of guy. Like
Mhm.
pizza is just one of those foods. I think I said it on a different show that I could just that's. I feel like that's the food I can eat the highest quantity of and just not get all that full.
How many slices of pizza you think you could eat in one sitting?
Like just so I would say just casually when I'm really hungry, like I put down 8 pretty easily. So if I'm like trying to
Dog,
max
you can
out,
eat 8 slices of pizza? That's too
yeah, I
much.
mean I feel like pizza is that's I feel like I can eat a lot of pizza. I don't know. I could probably eat. I would venture to guess if I really tried, I might be able to get close to like 2 full pizzas.
You're like
I'd probably be hurting,
You're the
but
Joey Chestnut of pizzas. You're ready to go. We didn't get you in a competition. I don't know if that's a thing or not, but yeah, the grilled chicken Caesar wrap. I feel like that's not a cheap meal, depending on how much dressing's on it, and like also like what kind of wrap we're looking at here. But like, it's grilled, and they got cheese on it too. But no, I wouldn't consider that a cheat meal. If I'm doing a cheat meal, it's probably like wings and fries, something like
Mhm.
that, like a wing stop or um, I don't know. I'm trying to think like one of the last like cheat meal. Pizza's definitely in there for sure. Or like it's been a while since I did this, but I had a phase where my favorite cheat meal was getting Chili's. Like I would get the Chili's triple dipper. That boy hit every time, man. Every single time it hit. But it's been a while. I might have dipped back into that soon. Um, Isaiah from NYC once again. Riz, I don't normally agree with Hubert Davis, but maybe he saw something with Ian Jackson that we didn't see. G and Tanner broke down the St. John's game, and they wasn't lying. Ian Jackson going 6 for 6, 3 for 3 was basically empty stats in garbage time. Besides scoring, he can't do anything else. He can't check. He can't rebound. At 6'4", 6'5" is insane, and he makes unintelligent decisions as a ball handler.
So that game, I watched the first half. I didn't see when Ian really scored outside of his first 5 points. I, yeah, yeah, I don't have too strong of disagreements, but I just, I just couldn't help but feel like when I saw how special he was for it was like a 7 game stretch last year. I always like early on in the season, I thought Ian battled defensively and he at least had the size and the wingspan to be a little pesky, but it just never really amounted to anything. The decisions with the ball in his hands, I wouldn't even say like he didn't even really get that many opportunities to play make last year. I feel like he played just a really small amount of possessions as a pick and roll ball handler. I thought too, but sometimes I thought too often he was just like stuck in the corner, not really given any freedom to work with. But maybe that's why. My big critique for him with why his role decreased, and again at the time I was thinking it was partly on Hubert, partly on Ian. I thought his leash was too short, but Ian wasn't playing well. We'll see who's vindicated this year, I guess. But I thought his handle really needed to improve. Like he couldn't really beat his man off the bounce, and that's why it would usually result in a step back. And when it was on, he looked great because that would open everything else up. But for the most part, especially down the stretch of last season, was like, man, Ian just cannot really create separation from someone, or he can't really get to the hoop. Like the only time he's really getting open is on those step back threes. So we'll see what happens this year. It's like kind of fascinating to see St. John's fans down on him so quickly, but I know he was brutal in the exhibitions and went that large stretch in game one without scoring. So I still like Ian. I don't really hold it against him from transferring. He's not one of those guys I'm like, man, I hope you don't succeed at your next stop, because you did my program wrong or whatever. But yeah, I'm very curious to see like, is there a gear he can find? Can you sustain a little bit more productivity? But
Yeah,
we'll see.
if they do it, it'll very much increase St. John's ceiling because that front court's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Zuby is so good.
It'll be so good.
Zuby's
He at Kansas before?
Yeah, he was.
The hell, self.
Yeah, I know. Also, I didn't realize like in that Quinnipiac game, he was like attacking dudes off the bounce from the top of the key.
Oh, he's like shooting threes and like
Yeah,
making like
Zuby is he is sick. This will tie into a segment later, so I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. But yeah, that front court's nasty.
yeah for sure. Isaiah once again. I'm going to say this again. If Shaka Smart wins 21 plus games with this roster, you can't tell me he's not a National Coach of the Year candidate. I don't know if it's going to be like 21 plus games in this Big East. Is it that
It's
great?
not that great. And I would say you're ineligible to win it because you shouldn't as a coach in 2025 of your ilk who has had NBA guys like come through your program, you could be building on the momentum of sending both Tyler Kolek and Cam Jones to the league and
Mm.
you built this stinky roster.
Oso
That
too.
is on, huh?
It's on. I'm saying they sent Oso too,
And Omax.
and Omac. That is on you.
You've sent 4 dudes to the league in the past 4 years and we're watching Royce Parham be the guy. This is on you, Shaka.
I will say this: Chase Ross looks all like he looks like the next guy they're gonna like let do everything. So like, but also that Marquette team, I don't know. It'll be impressive, Isaiah. Not National Coach of the Year candidate though. I'm sorry. Uh, Isaiah, last one here from him. Gee, all that ass shaking and knees dropping Dusty may do for a recruit, but he ain't throw the bag at Christian Anderson. Hey, I think there was a look. I don't even know if Dusty like crossed with him at that time, but thank God that Christian Anderson didn't end up at Michigan. I don't know if I'd be able to handle
That'd
that.
be tough for you.
That dude's awesome.
Yeah, he's
Truly
sick.
awesome. Burn 605. Happy Riley Friday to everyone except Riley. Is UNC going to defeat Kansas for the first time since 2002?
2002, 2003 season. Yeah, that's the last time they beat Kansas.
Riley, come on now.
I know. We got to be better. I think it was always a thing where Roy could never beat Kansas because he got too emotional. It's like I love my goat Roy Allen Williams, but at some point you had to let the past be the past, let it die, and beat your old school. Obviously, I think the only is Hubert. I don't think Hubert's played Kansas. Oh, wait, he's played Kansas twice in the national championship in year one and in Allen Fieldhouse last year. So he's 0-2 against them. We need to get off the schneid here. They just got to get it done. You got the home environment. This is Carolina's best shot for a marquee non-conference victory. I don't think they're going to win in Rupp Arena. Michigan State and Ohio State on neutrals. So right now, neither of them are looking like all that special. Like Carolina really needs this game. This is, I would say, second most important game of Hubert's tenure in terms of proving that he is the guy.
It's time. It's time. Now or never, Hubert. Now or never. All hail the Pope. Riley, thoughts on the Kentucky Louisville game coming up?
Get my guy, get my guy DA healthy and let's ride.
Yeah, Mike.
Good DA.
Good DA. Good finish, DA. I don't know why that's so funny to me, but it truly is. Same old Lions. Happy Riley Friday. Question for the dads. We're 5 weeks out in the same old line household. Exciting times await. My question, what's one piece of dad advice from each that if you could go back and tell your former self you would give?
Great question.
Great.
Mine would say so. Yeah, mine would be. Let's see. One is like break out some cookbooks. If you got any like cookbooks as wedding gifts, we got like 3 or 4 cookbooks for wedding gifts when we got married, and
Mm,
had other ones we accumulated. Start looking up in those and figuring out like what is your wife gonna want to eat in those first couple of weeks, and get to cooking.
mm,
Break out some new recipes, have fun with it, serve her that way. Second thing is if you feel weird after the fact, I don't know how else to put it. If you're like, I can't believe this actually happened. I can't believe this child is with me forever. What do I do? Just know it's okay.
yeah.
There is like such a, for me, it was like almost the first month, even calling him Theo was like, we hadn't told family the name ahead of time or anything. So even when other people called him Theo, I was like, wait, how do y'all know that's his name? Oh, wait, because that's actually his name. We've announced it. It's such a big change. Then you get a couple months into it, and it's like the love only increases, your connection with your child only increases. You start to see, and then you blink, and they're 2 years old, and they got a crazy personality, and you see so much of yourself in them, and it's incredible and amazing. So just know if like your emotions are all sorts of mixed up for those first couple weeks, you're totally okay.
Yeah, for sure. Because I literally, it was funny. Not funny, but I was just like, whoa. Because once you leave the hospital, it like puts you in the, you're like, all right, go raise them. Like, go be a family. And I'm like, whoa, this is like real deal. I think those are all good things from you. Especially like sometimes family too are like wondering what they can do. And honestly, sometimes it's like leave us alone. Like let us just
Mhm.
like do this. And you want the help, of course, and they want to meet the baby. But like I would just say enjoy the time as a family that you had because it does get a little hectic around that time. So try to enjoy the small moments, I would say. And then also too, if anyone is wondering how they can help, to your point, bringing meals that are easy are massive. Like my mother-in-law, while she was watching our dog, she also like stocked the fridge and like stocked the fridge with a bunch of meals and stuff like that, and it changed everything. Trust me, because you don't sleep and all that other stuff that's going on, and you forget to eat. So it's like you really got to make sure that you are actually fueling yourself, and yeah, just there's really no advice to do it for real. Like you really figure stuff out. It's funny. Like I read books. I read
Mhm.
books. Also, like when it came down to go time, I'm like lock in. I don't even remember what that book said. Let's add
Facts. Facts.
ISO ISO dad time. But yeah, it'll be great. Same old lines. I don't know if this is same old lines first kid either. I think it might be, but I'm not sure. He also says, I need recommendations for what to do for a push present. Mrs. Same Old Lions mentioned wanting another ring, so maybe I just do that. I'm planning on buying her for Christmas a charm for a necklace, so she has his birthstone.
That's cool. That's a good gift. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably just listen to your wife and figure out what kind of. I mean, chances are, like, I don't know if you know what kind of jewelry she likes. Even if you don't, she probably will like whatever you get her.
Yeah,
And
I was
if
about to
there's
say.
thought into it, I should say.
If
If you
there's
just,
thought if there's thought put into it, I feel like that's it. I was actually gonna say, so what I got Meg was it was a bracelet and it had my birthstone, hers, Leon's, and Pierre's birthstone in there as well. So she's got so she's got a birthstone for all the members of the family, and she loved it. So yeah, that's a good one. So if you want to move the Christmas one up to the push button and then think of something else for Christmas, I might do that. Last question or last comment of the day we have here is Aiden. Who is a player that had a big first game that hasn't been talked about enough?
ooh, that's going to tie into our first topic. So I'm not going to get too far ahead of that.
Okay, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's go ahead and get to the show. Topic un. One, Riley, Ramon Davis. Please do it to me.
So, just to give a little forecasting here, there will be some overreactions in these first two
Let's
topics, just to
go.
set the stage. This first one is going to be a draft. You and I haven't done a draft together in a while, so I want to lean into it. We are going to draft players. We're going to draft 5 players each. You know what? Let's extend it to 6. Give us a 6 man, but it has to be based on what you saw this week. Base it on their performance this week.
Ooh, okay. So this
Let
is
that
this
ski.
is the week one, my guy draft.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Do I get the
So
first pick or second two?
I will let you can choose. Do you want the first or the second?
You know what? I'm not gonna get cute here. I want the first pick.
All right, you get the first one.
Change my mind. I don't like the way you gave that to me so quickly. I want second two.
All right, then I'll take the first pick. With the first pick of the week one draft, I am taking Christian Anderson. I want a shot at this guy who could end up being the best guard in the country.
I like
That feels
that. I like that a lot. I also like how this fell for me. With who I can get my next two picks. I'm gonna take Koa Pete, and I'm also gonna take Caleb Wilson.
oh, that stings.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I thought Caleb would come back to me.
Yeah, you thought wrong, Riley. You thought wrong.
However, you know who did come back to me?
Oh no.
Who did have, I believe, 22 points in 21 minutes. Sat out the final 13 with cramps, but we're not talking about that. He was electric before he went to the bench. Darren Peterson.
Thought I could get him back. Thought
I'm
I
getting,
was I was trying to get real greedy and get all those guys.
you did get a little greedy there. So let's see. If I have, so I got Christian at my one, I got Darren Peterson at my two. Who do I want next? Da, 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 da. Carry the two. Let me do some maths here.
Just like, cause you gotta like also like draft. You know what I'm saying? You can't just get five centers.
I know you got to be a little strategic here. I think I'm going to take Merez. I think I want Merez in my front court
Okay,
based
okay.
on what he did this. Oh shoot. I just regretted that. I took Merez when I could have taken the better version of Merez, who you might be able to. Well, actually, he might make it back to me based that you've invested in your front court
Yeah,
already.
yeah, I know what you want. I'm pretty set in my front court, but I could go Petty Boy right now and play him at my five.
You could, yeah, you could play him at your five.
I could, but we've had a good rapport. Twinskies. Twinskies aren't out to hurt other Twinskies.
It's true.
Part of our
That's
mantra. We
that's part of our MO.
that's part of MO. We took a blood oath on that. Oh man. All right, so I got Caleb and I have Koa. Probably going Caleb at my three, and then I think I'll go Koa at the four, or vice versa. So I don't think it really necessarily matters here. God, there. See, all the good performances are like from wing positions. Like, I'm not gonna throw out names, but there's some guys that are just like coming to mind who are pretty good. Um, who else is pretty good? You know what? I'm gonna go Darius Haycuff,
I was hoping you would take Acuff. I was gonna say that would be on brand for you. Can I just interject about Acuff for a second?
please.
I tried to go contrarian and say like, oh, he's overrated. That was dumb. That
Yeah,
was very
I
stupid
do
on my
remember
part.
you were telling me like, I mean, is he just a shot chucker?
That was really stupid. That was really like the dude is already built like a 10-year NBA vet. He's got great body control, tremendous burst, athleticism, been shooting the ball well. I can't believe why do I do these things to myself, Cart? Why do I just try to
It's
so
because you
why do we
it's because you put yourself on the platform out there. You know what I'm saying? Like we put ourselves out there, and we are susceptible to this.
Yeah, I just yeah. Sometimes you don't always got to zig. This is a lesson to me. So yeah, you got A cuff. There's one more guard I would love for you to take because Twins
I'm not gonna break my guys up. Actually, Riley, I'm taking Malik Thomas.
you're going Malik Thomas. Wow. So you've taken all freshmen.
Yeah,
Very on brand. Love
yeah.
it. I mean, this is the year of the class. This is the year of the freshmen.
Yes, I
Up
have.
and now. All right, I'm going to take Mirko Bangs. That's going to be my front court. Davin Mirkovic, Morez Johnson. So then I got looks like I got a hole on the wing right now. Christian Anderson at the one, Darren Peterson at the two. Front court is set with Morez and Merck. Who do I want as my three?
You have options.
I do.
You got a lot of options.
Mm,
Still some good freshmen that haven't been picked.
I think I might just go freshman again and say Tunde. I might have
That's a
Tunde at
good
my
pick.
three.
That's
I
a good pick.
mean, what
And
did
also, so
Tunde put up?
everyone knows this is week one things, right? Like there's a reason why I think Cam Boozer sliding right now. That first half was stinky. All right. So I don't think he's
Mhm.
even gonna get drafted in this draft. So don't come at us, okay? Like there's a world where I would have found a way to pick Braden Burries if this was doing it, but also he had a little stinky game. All right. So I need a center and a six man. I love how this draft went for me, Riley. I truly do. At my center spot, Heinz Steinbach.
Great pick. I'm really glad he got taken. I was debating pretty heavily between him and Merez, but I've gassed up Han so much that I was like, I might as well show Merez some love.
And then as my sixth pick, I need a leader. I need a leader of men on my bench. I need someone who's gonna do something for the guy next to him. I'm taking Gabe Cupps.
Are you really?
No,
Okay.
even though Gabe Cupps played 18 minutes in the first game, had 5 points. Leader. No, I'm taking Colin Chandler actually.
Hmm.
Taking Colin
What was
Chandler.
his final stat? What was his final stat line?
He had 15, but that dunk was nice with a for real.
Yeah, yeah. No, the
They
dunk
got a
alone
they got a
is
tweet from Lil Wayne.
I know. I couldn't believe
I was
that.
like, is this a parody account? Why is Lil
Right.
Tucci tweeting about Colin Chandler? What is going on in this world?
Man, good. Yeah, I like that approach of looking for the utility guy, the leader. I'm gonna go with the utility guy as well. So I'm not gonna draft LeBaron Philon, and that hurts my heart because he put up
Mm,
20. He put up 22 and 8. I was really hoping you would take him over Malik Thomas, but I respect that you didn't break up your guys. But I've already gassed up LeBaron enough on this program. I will give Dylan Mitchell a shout out and take him as my sixth man. I
that's a good pick. This is a deep cut kind of too, I feel like.
because yeah, I want someone. So I mean, as I'm looking at my roster right now, Christian and Darren Peterson, they're going to get you buckets in bunches. Both going to facilitate a little bit too. Got this transcendent passing duo with Merez Johnson and David Mirkovic. I definitely just threw out the word transcendent. That might age poorly, but we're sticking with it. It's week one overreactions. I got Tunde, who's going to get you buckets as well and also guard the other team's best player. I want a chaos agent coming off the bench here. I thought Dylan Mitchell looked so good in that Quinnipiac game. I know we touched on that a little bit at the top with how good that front court is. And I go back to kind of what Aaron Scott was for St. John's last year, where he was
Mm.
this wing defender with good size who really felt like he could guard every perimeter position and just had such a knack for coming up with steals and blocks. Carter, is there some like defensive strategy? This is where I'm like trying to pick your basketball mind as someone who played the game through the collegiate level. Is there some sort of strategy where you like what do you call the Patino strategy where they're always forcing guys to the sidelines and it just feels like they're like always contorting their bodies in certain ways to deny passes to guys. It's like they force the wings to the sideline and deny passes and come up with a ton of steals.
Yeah, there was a term for it that left me because my brain was fried from trying to get it in, like kind of just like hammered in there. But I mean, it was always like the classic basketball term, like yeah, my coach used to yell at me all the time. He's like, "You guys can't." Well, sorry for my language here. He's like, "You guys can't defend for shit. So why don't you use the defender that no one else can use? Use the baseline, use the sideline, use your extra defender, so you guys can keep your feet in front of something for once." And I was like, okay. You had to be so rude about it, but like, okay, it makes sense. I mean, it's just like classic, like funnel them to the sideline. Literally put your foot. Our coaches say, I want to see space between your foot and the sideline when you get out of bounds and cut somebody off, which led to a lot of blocking fouls for Big Cartel. Let me talk about it. You got to be quick to do so. But yeah, I've come around very quickly on St. John's front court. Like it's awesome, like really
We
awesome. And I don't even think Bryce Hopkins has played to his level yet.
Yeah, I'm with you. As I look at this draft right now, I'm almost like, shoot, I probably should have taken. If I could redo it, I probably would have put Merck at the 4 and taken Ejiofor over
Honestly,
Merez.
I love Hines. I might even, sorry, Hans. There might be a world where maybe like I leave like a Cole or a Caleb or something like that and get a. Hey, actually, this I don't know. I got a really good team. So all right, my team. Did you do your last pick? You did your last pick, right?
Yeah, Dylan
Yeah.
Mitchell is my sixth man.
All right. So my team: Darius Acuff, Malik Thomas, Caleb Wilson, Koa Pete, Heinz Steinbach, starting five, utility, do it all, Colin Chandler, leader of men, married man, Big Blue
He's
Nation, Lil Tunechi.
married?
Yeah, he's married. Lil Tunechi, tweet as well. Everything I needed a bench player.
Love it. For me, one final reminder. Again, Christian Anderson at my one, Darren Peterson at the two. Then I had Tunde at the three, with Merck at the four, Morez Johnson at the five, and Dylan Mitchell as my utility guy off the bench.
Before I end this segment, did you have any thought about taking Cam Carr?
I didn't, just because between the two Baylor guys, I'm going to be a Tunde guy all season. However, the fact that like Scott Drew just worked his little guard magic on this dude who played 4 games last season for Tennessee, really, really impressive. And even beyond that, I talked to a Baylor beat reporter, had him on O'Reilly every day when I did a little series this offseason on the 10 most intriguing teams. He was telling me how impressed he was watching Cam Carr at practice. He works for a site called Sikkim. It's like Sikkim 365,
Mhm.
and said the staff apparently loved Cam Carr. But it's like a lot of times you hear names like that, and it's like, okay, again, this guy couldn't see the court for Tennessee. This is surely just meaningless practice buzz, but it's always fascinating when that translates so quickly. Like, he's really good, and I liked him as a prospect as well. So I buy Cam Carr, just not over Tunde.
Yeah, we're a 2 day podcast, so I'm completely fine with that. But yeah, that was a fun segment, Riley. Thanks for that one. Topic two, Mr. Davis, please.
Topic two is a brand new segment that I like to call Under Twinvestigation.
Under twin investigation.
Under Twinvestigation. I teased it in the last topic that we are going to be doing a little bit of overreacting. I want to look at the AP top 25, and we are going to alternate listing the team's biggest question. Like, what do we still need this team to prove to us after 1 week? And on brand with us, we have one veto and one sway each.
One veto and one sway. All right, we're doing all 25?
We're gonna fly through it. We're gonna try to get through all 25.
All right,
I
let's go.
reserve the right if we get through 10 and it's taken like 15 minutes, and for the sake of time we need to move forward, we can do that. But I really want to try to get through the top 25.
Let's get through them. Let's stay on it. Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
I want you to start with Purdue.
Okay, let me see here. For Purdue with me, I think the biggest, you said question, right?
Yeah, the biggest question mark you have for them that you still need to see them answer.
I think the biggest question mark is actually the pairing between TKR and centers. I say centers because it's not just Oscar Clough, it's Daniel Jacobson. But I think that eventually you want TKR and Oscar Clough to be Twinskies in their own right while being under twin investigation here. I think those two need to be on the same page, spacing wise, game wise. I feel like in the first couple exhibitions and things like that, I feel like Oscar's looked a little bit like they're feeling each other out early on because they haven't really played this kind of role and things like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and say the front court pairing, mainly TKR and Oscar Clough.
I like that. No veto, no sway on my part.
All right, Houston,
For
sir.
me, Houston, how good is this offense going to be? Will they take a step back without LJ Cryer? And will this, like, just putting Sharp in the Crier offensive usage role and trusting that Flemings and Isaiah Harwell can carry the rest of the weight, is that going to work? I don't like that they only scored 75 against Lehigh. It's getting a little nitpicky here. This isn't overreaction, though. I still love Houston, but it didn't feel like the typical Houston just messes around and wins a bye game by 50 kind of contest. So that, to me, it's the offensive question.
That's fair to say. All right, moving on here. We have Florida. Ooh. So it's guard centric, but for me, my focus is more so on Boogie Flan, I
Mm-hmm.
think, because I think people go different ways with this on like where they're at with it. Like I think obviously Xavier Lee, I think really struggled at the rim, but I also think I buy stock in him getting better at that. It's just instead of driving into aeronautical engineers, I'm driving into like Crevis and Koa Pete. It's a little bit different down there now. This ain't Princeton.
All
So
right, that just hit me with Did you say aeronautical
are
engineers?
those even real things?
I have no idea, but for the sake of the exercise, yes, they are real things.
All right, so yeah, let's go with that. Uh, I think they just need to. I think Xavier Lee's going to adjust. I still question the whole Boogie Flan thing with it. I just
Mhm.
don't think I don't think he's a positive defender. I think it's going to take a little bit of time with them. I'm still a believer. My Gator boys will stay hot, but I'm looking at Boogie Flan and how he progresses coming off last season basically.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head with that. I would. You convinced me. I would have considered using a veto and saying Lee's the bigger question mark, but just even when you look at the numbers, Flan just doesn't look all the way comfortable yet.
Yeah.
With UConn, my biggest question is Solo Ball going to snap out of this shooting slump? Shot 3 for 10 in their first game against was it New Haven?
New Haven, yeah.
Bro, who is New Haven?
They're a brandly new D1 school. They were D2 last year.
This is insane. My big question might be like Dan Hurley, can you not schedule like that embarrassingly bad buy games? I get you're playing
Listen,
some tough.
dog, they did not look good. They did not look good. They should have won that game by 70 if things were for like
They won by
that's a
24.
D2 basketball roster.
Uh, I was gonna go solo ball. Do you want to veto and give a bit different one? Like, what was your biggest question?
I think I want to veto this for this reason. And it's a scary thought, but like, is this team that much different than last year? If these
Mhm.
guys are gonna look like they look, like it's the same center. Terrace was on the team last year. Braylon Mullins is hurt already.
But
Uh,
Terrace didn't play this game. You got to
yeah,
remember that one. It
yeah,
was
but what I'm saying, even when he's back healthy, it's the same. Like Terrace was there last year, so you're just bringing him
yeah.
back. I'm a believer, right? I'm still very much in on UConn, but I'm just a little bit afraid of like this team dynamic, like and everyone just thinking it's gonna be all rainbows and kittens because they like added and brought guys back from last year's team and added a few guys. I don't know. I'm a little hesitant, but I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna veto it and just say point guard play still might be an issue.
Mm. I like that. I like that. St. John's, that's you.
St. John's is me. Under 20. I mean, it's an easy one, but it is guard play. It really
Yeah.
is. It's really up to the guard play, and really mainly who steps up in the point guard role, and if anyone can.
I'm with you. How much of an issue does that cause against better teams? For Duke, probably also point guard play. I know Caleb Foster was came alive in the second half. He hit that huge three, but it was a really bad defensive breakdown against Texas. Like they terrible miscommunication on a switch led to a wide open three for Caleb Foster. He is the biggest question mark, I think, for this team.
Can I sway you on this one possibly?
Please do.
Can it be Shire?
Ooh, what do you want to
Only
what do you want
because
to
only because this. I think there's some like this roster is not as flawless as people make it out to seem. I
Mhm.
think there's a way for Shire to make the holes look less holy. Honestly, just going full on Cam Boozer point forward, I think is the biggest way to do so.
Yeah.
I think him making adjustments and changes like this isn't Cooper Flag, Con Knipple, Tyrese Proctor, Kamal Malawak on the floor anymore. Sion
Mhm.
James. This team is not as talented as that one. I just kind of want to see what adjustments he can make, even with the talent that they do have.
I like that a lot. Yeah, how does Shire adjust,
Yeah,
especially as they start to play like their brutal non-conference schedule?
yeah. Michigan is for me. It's consistent shooting. Obviously, in that first game, they shot 50% from three, 60% from the field. It's can they sustain that shooting? Can Amari Burnett knock it down a consistent clip, which I believe he can, but it's also the other guys. Will Cheddar off the bench, Yaxel knocking down his attempts. I think it's going to open up to this being one of the better offenses we've seen in a while if they are able to be a good 3-point shooting team.
Can I try to sway you?
Please.
Elliot Cadeau. Does he crash out? Does he turn the ball over? He sort of fits into the shooting concerns. He's still to me, I'm like, I want to see. He was really good in Carolina's bye games last year. He got to the rim at will, had multiple, like 8 or more assist games with a 6'6" center and
Mhm.
Jalen Washington, who's, I don't even know what you want to consider him. It was when the lights actually came on against real teams, turnover started stockpiling. The shot completely fell off. That would be my sway for you.
I'll let you sway me on that one. You're a really good ball knower of that situation, so I will take that sway.
BYU, man, for this, I'm just like, are we R farming too much? Like, is everything just is with when you have AJ DeBonsa and Rob Wright on the same team? Is it going to be too much about scory, flashy flash, or are we actually going to play real hoop?
Yeah,
Because
that
that
offense in the second half was like, ugh, ugh. It was
they,
very aura farmy hoops,
Villanova, especially with the Batacade and Lewis game, hung around way too long of that one.
way too long. Not because Villanova's not good. I'm
Mm-mm.
sorry, especially with Noah Caden Lewis. I'm completely fine with that. Kentucky, for me, it's how much they lean into depth. We talked about it on the channel earlier. It's how much they lean into depth. Like you have the big dogs on this roster. Otega Owe. You always say it, right? Jalen Lowe is a big money ad. Jaden Quayton is a big money ad. DA, also big money ad. Like I want to ride with my big money dogs, and yes, get them healthy. But even when they're back healthy, it's just the question is for me, how much are they going to lean into depth on this team?
Hmm.
That's what it is for me.
Next up, we have Texas Tech. I'll shift my attention to Donovan Atwell. He was awesome in this first game against Lindenwood, but it's against Lindenwood. I mean, he shot 39% from three last year at UNC Greensboro, but that goes down to 22% against Tier A competition per Kimpom. Same thing the year before, 40% from three. Less than he was 1 for 11 against Tier A competition the year before. Like he just hasn't performed well against power conference opponents. And obviously, Lindenwood didn't give us a good gauge on that, but he's going to be really important to this team. Played 36 minutes in their first game. They clearly want to use him.
Yeah, that's a fair one to put. Let's see. For me, this is for Louisville, right? Yeah.
Hmm.
So I'm ready to drop off the Sonata Frew train.
Mm.
And for me, the pivot to that, even though he's an undersized center, I really like what I saw from Roos in that first game.
Yes.
He had moments his freshman year. Now he's 6'10", he's only 210, 220, so he's a slender center, I would say. But I think he's the best option at the five spot. And you just go all in on that, to be honest with you. Go Hadley, Roos at the front court. Yes, you're a little bit light in the ass, but I'm ditching the Sonata Fruit thing. I haven't seen it in the first couple games.
Sananda Fruit not being awesome right away hurts,
It
but
hurts me really bad.
yeah, I would even say whether it's Roots or Fruit, just the front court as a whole, who
Yeah.
steps up? Because
So
I think
anybody.
yeah, because Hadley's going to be solid. We know what you're going to get with him. Javon is Javon, so to
Mhm.
speak.
Yeah.
He did that all year where he just knocks down threes and rebounds really well. But
Mhm.
what can you get from your five position? I'll round it out with number 12, and then we can sort of pick and choose with the next, again, for the sake of time, with
Yep.
teams. I want to hit on both our teams, but we can sort of pick and choose out of teams 13 through 25. But with UCLA, let me think through. I would still say Xavier Booker. I know he had a good game statistically against Eastern Washington. I
hmm
mean, how many games did he score in double figures last year? I know he put up double figures against Carolina, but I
I
know he
think
did that.
twice.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, even scoring 14 points kind of feels like a big deal for them. Eastern Washington, like they could have almost messed around and won this game though.
Yeah.
So I guess to point to that, I would either go with Xavier Booker. What does he look like when the games get tougher? And B, is this like a one off? Like UCLA always struggles in their first game under
Mhm.
Cronin. Does this matter?
Yeah, I think it's Booker to me because they need something because Booker's backup option I don't think is that good either. I think he's worse than Booker. So they need something out of him they had with Donovan Dent and other pieces. I like that. I do want to do Arkansas. I do
Yeah.
want to do my Razorbacks if we don't
Hmm.
mind. So for me, it is great to have everyone on the same page, everyone happy right now. There's gonna come a moment though where they're gonna need serious center play. And Brazil to me is a power forward. They're gonna need Pringle and Ewan to step up. I'm a
Yeah.
Malik Ewan guy. So I eventually think he gets better as the year goes on, but I think it's the center spot being able to contribute a little bit more.
Yeah, love that. I'm a massive Ewan believer, and that was why it was weird for me that it seemed like all the buzz was toward Pringle starting.
hmm
And I just think Ewan's such a higher ceiling type of guy. Like Pringle is a definition of a glue guy, whereas Malik Ewan has legit offensive skill, can pass, can defend a little bit. He's switchable, so hopefully that shift eventually happens.
Yeah, I think so. Let's do Illinois, Michigan State, and then your team.
Sounds good. And we got to throw in Creighton.
Oh, you talking about my Jayhawks? Okay, for sure. No, sorry, Blue Jays. My apologies. Whoa, that's bad Creighton fan by me. They also redshirted Hudson Greer, which I'm pissed about. All right,
That sucks.
Riley,
With Ill
I'll let you do Illinois though. I want to hear your Illinois take.
with Illinois. For me, it's role allocation when everybody's healthy.
Yeah.
We did a video about this with Underwood saying Merck is going to be the backup point guard, but uh, I don't want to like overanalyze this, but if you have Mikhailo, if you have Kylan, if you have Wagler, and if you have Merck who can all pass, is there any chance that's like too many cooks in the kitchen? Remember how there were times where it felt like going back to aura farming that Coleman Hawkins was just aura farming by making flashy passes? Does
Yeah.
that happen with the Illinois team where it's just like a pass off? And like, do you have someone who's going to step into the role and be like, all right, someone's got to stop passing and just get and go take over and go kill mode or something?
Yeah. For
I just
me,
want to see.
it's like too much like, okay, somebody go.
Mhm.
All right, somebody go.
Which, on one hand, that might be like, again, overreacting because if these passes are creating open looks at the rim or on catch and shoot threes, of course there's going to be people there to finish the play. But I am curious just to see like how does the usage distribution shake out once you have guys who like guys who like the ball in their hands, even if they do like to play make, especially when you get Andre back, who again needs to take a lot of shots. Which actually maybe that's the case. Maybe it is Andre who's just like we all set Andre up. He's the go-to guy in the clutch. But yeah, just really curious to see how does it even work out in terms of usage with who has the ball in their hands.
Yeah, that's fair to say. Michigan State, honestly, it's Cohen Carr stepping up. He has looked like the same player, if not worse, defensively and rebounding as last season, and it's just not going to work with this year's team. He needs to be
Mm-hmm.
better. Fears has looked to take a step. I think he's taking a step. Kohler is doing what Kohler does. He's a double double, whether you like him or not. But Cohen Carr is going to be a major factor on this team. He's going to play 25, 27 plus minutes every single night. He needs to rebound and defend. That is what Michigan State is about. In every single practice, literally up on the screen, it says defend, rebound, run. Like that's what is said. He runs a lot, but I need more defend, rebound portion of that. 3 for 3, Twinsky edition, the trifecta of the Trinity. Whoa, whoa, lock it in. What about your Tar Heels?
Well, I got we should
Oh,
we
once again,
Creighton?
how dare I? I'm being a bad Creighton fan right now, man. I really am.
Mine is how soon does the Blake Harper takeover happen slash does it happen? I
Yeah,
mean, very balanced attack. They had
I didn't
five
like
guys
that.
scoring
I didn't
triple
like the first one,
figures.
Riley. I didn't like the first game.
Just 7 points for my guy Blake.
That's not. That's.
Only took
I need more.
he only took 6 shots.
I need
50
more.
hey, 50% from the field, but yeah, I need more Blake Harper.
Please. That's all, that's our twin investigation or Blake. That's all we want. All right, but
um,
I need to know, I do want to know your North Carolina one though.
my Tario question would either be can anyone step up as the backup five when Vasar goes to the bench? Because there are going to be games where he gets in foul trouble. Zayden Hyde did not look good against Central Arkansas. James Brown looked arguably worse. Or can Kai and Evans sustain this level of play against real competition?
That's a
If
fair one.
you, I feel like the Evans question is bigger. He just looks so good against Central Arkansas that I hope it will translate when they start playing power conference opponents. Whereas like Zayden Hyde didn't even look good against a sub 300 team.
Yeah. Hey, fair to say. Listen, you are all under twin investigation. We will have our findings at certain, we'll have quarterly reviews to review where you guys are at, but just know you are under twin investigation. The finale, topic number 3, Riley.
So this upcoming weekend on Friday and Saturday, we have four, actually on Sunday as well. We have four marquee games, and we are going to give a bold prediction for all four.
Let's hear it.
Let's start with Kansas at UNC. Carter, your bold prediction.
So honestly, is it a bold prediction to see that Darren Peterson will play the full game? Mr. Cramps a lot. What's my bold prediction here? You know what? On top of my Tar Heels getting it done, I think Vasar dominates Florida Badunga.
Ooh, that does feel bold.
Let's
Florida
get
was awesome against Green
he
Bay.
was. Let's get spicy though. Let's come on. Let's go big for big. What's up?
My bold prediction is Kai and Evans swings this game and hits four threes.
All right, I got Kansas winning. No, I'm kidding.
He's a Kansas City kid from
Oh,
Kansas City,
is he?
Missouri. So I like the little revenge on not really my home state, but like home state adjacent with Kansas. I'm sure he grew up a fan, so I like him being the swing piece in this one.
Okay, I'm not mad at that one. I'm not mad at that one.
Let's move on. Bama versus St. John's at Madison Square Garden on Saturday.
So with it being at Madison Square Garden, it's going to be a moment from somebody. It's going to be a moment for somebody. I think St. John should be heavily favored in this game, given how beat up Bama is and how bad kind of Bama's front court's been looking.
Hmm.
But I'm gonna go with star power here, Riley. LeBaron Philon, 27 points, 6 assists, 8 rebounds in a win against St. John's.
Wow, the win is crucial. Yeah, I would
In
love
a
to.
win.
That's big. That's big. I'm gonna go Ian Jackson related. He's been the subject of a lot of scrutiny, but he balled out in MSG last year in a Tar Heel uniform, just tortured UCLA. I think he reminds people of that and drops a 30 burger in St.
Dirty
John's.
burger.
St. John's wins a close one.
That's fun. I like both those outcomes though, to be honest with you.
Next up, we have Arkansas at Michigan State.
Oh, You know I'm gonna set myself up for something here, right?
Hmm.
It's been real sweet for Darius Acuff so far. He's a bad man. He's an NBA draft pick. He's from the city. He's from Detroit. Like this is a homecoming for him in some regard. This is Jeremy Fears Stadium and Court. This is the he's the floor general. This is his home floor. I think that Fears Eric Acuff's gonna get his. I'm not gonna say shut him down,
Hmm.
but Fears is going to frustrate Darius Acuff in this game, and I think he's gonna have a tough shooting night. Now I don't know outcome wise. I'm not gonna get bold on that one because to be honest with you, I think Arkansas wins this game. But Jeremy Fears, for lack of a better term, is gonna have Darius Acuff frustrated, which will lead to a bad shooting night.
I will give the exact numbers for the bold prediction because this is the direction I was going to go as well. Twinskies. Jeremy Fears holds Darius Acuff under 40% from the field and draws at least four fouls on the
Yes.
freshman.
Yes. Come on, man. The floor general on his own floor. His
Hmm.
own floor. What are we doing?
Last one, Sunday night, we have Washington at Baylor.
I'm so hyped for this game, by the way. I was checking like the weekend schedule. You know how like on the ESPN app, they obviously first of all, app stinks. Borzello, looking at you, brother. Um, like they obviously always have the top 25 games, so I got to like filter it to D1 games. I'm like scrolling through on the weekend, looking through. I'm like, oh, here a little sleepy Sunday, not much here. I'm like, oh, hold on now, Sunday night we get a little Baylor versus Washington action. That's honestly a pretty hype game.
It's like, yeah, buried beneath there.
Yeah. Oh, what a ooh. What's my bold prediction here?
I'll give you mine.
Yeah, go ahead. What's yours?
JJ Mandaquit starts popping up on draft boards after this game.
Ooh. Okay. I like that one. I like that one. Where am I gonna go here? 'Cause I feel like I was gonna say like the like 'cause he's gonna be on ESPN, like the world will finally see Steinbach. But I think I'm gonna go with this. I think we get a Yesufu legacy game. Tunde keeps it up. Tunde game winner over Wesley Yates. That's my
Ooh,
prediction.
I like that a
Tunde
lot.
Yesufu game winner, and then he hits a celebration we never seen before that takes the country by storm this year. Like you know how Ja started hitting the grenade thing.
Hmm.
Tunde does something crazy that we never seen, and that's the new 3-point celebration that I'll be using when I'm hooping at my local men's league. So I appreciate that. A lot of fun games this weekend, Riley. A lot of good bull takes. I can't wait for us to go 0 for 8, but a lot of fun takes. I'll say that. One big thing presented by, first of all, hand up accountability. Riley, we didn't even get a word today. Can I get your one big thing, but can I get a word before your one big thing, please?
Yeah, the word before the one big
How dare I?
thing.
Sorry. By the way, sorry. My apologies.
No, it's okay. I will keep it short and simple with this one. This comes from Romans 5:8. But God demonstrates his own love for us, and this, while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. A truth I find myself going back to repeatedly. Again, not trying to assume or like force my beliefs on anybody, but that's just something that I find a lot of comfort in. Knowing the extent of God's love and Christ's sacrifice for me gives me a lot of peace and comfort throughout my day to day, and it's truly been transformative for me. Now, with that being said, my one big thing. Oh, excuse me, sleepers, you've been awakened. It's been a long
Yeah.
time since I've done that.
Can I get awakened, please?
Sleepers, you have been awakened.
Thank you.
My one big thing, Cart. So on a couple episodes that I did with Greg solo, just the two of us, and when we ride, I shared different words that I was trying to incorporate more into my lexicon. The first was capiche. I love a good
Yeah.
capiche. The second was smithereens. Just think smithereens, blow it all to smithereens. The third is going to be a phrase. I want to make more use of the of brand spanking new.
Brand spanking new.
Yeah,
I don't
Cart,
know if
like,
I can allow this. Brand spanking new.
yeah, like, have you gotten any new gadgets recently, or any new, like, you scooped up any new snacks or anything, like any
Uh,
product catch
I
your
got I
eye?
got like some baby proof and stuff like for cabinets.
Uh-huh. So like,
Brand spanking new gadgets. I don't know if I can
yeah,
do
some we got some brand spanking new baby proofing gadgets at the Elliott household.
this. I mean, I could try. Right? I don't know. Every time I Whenever I hear that, I feel like you got to do this with your arms, like brand spanking new. Need a brand spanking new mic after that. I hope that wears off quickly. I'll be honest with you. I'm a friend, I'm a comrade, but I don't want that to last.
It's fair. It's a fair
Right.
point. What's your one
Uh,
big thing?
my one big thing today is, have you ever had that moment where, like, for me, honestly, it happens a lot when I'm scrolling like TikTok or Reels. You'll hear a song and you'll be like, dog, I forgot about that one. And it's kind of a banger. I had two
Mhm.
instances of that this morning that I want to bring up. One, JoJo's A Little Too Late.
Hmm. It's just a little too late. Yeah.
A little too long, and I can't wait. I mean, an absolute banger. Now that's more like kind of a little mainstreamish, you know what I'm saying? I feel like people still rock that, but I heard another one. Riley, let me tell you if you remember this deep cut. You remember What You Got by Colby O'Donis?
Can you sing it?
Come on. And I like the way you take advantage. Was just man and those guys want to come treat you right, 'cause you're sweeter
Oh,
than
yes,
apple
yes.
pie. Girl, you know that you
Yes. Oh
not
my
most
gosh.
beautiful thing in sight. Always talking about what you got. Banger. What happened to
Forgot
Colby
about that.
O'Donnell? Oh, O'Donis, that's my real question.
Yeah, great question. Probably there's so many of those artists that we could go through in our childhood, the one hit wonders where it's like, man, like what are dim franchise boys up to these days?
Dog, they had hits. Or we can just keep going on this, but this was the last one. Jay Sean.
Wait, which
Baby,
one
are
was
you
are you
down,
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 down? He
down,
had like Lil
down
Wayne
there
on the
to do
song.
something?
Dog,
Kevin Rudolph. What does Kevin Rudolph let it is he still letting it rock wherever he is at in life right now?
you know what? If somehow this ends up in front of them, hit our lines, we still miss you. But shout out to honestly, shout out to Kobe O'Donis. Banger. Sweeter than apple pie. Always talking about what you got. Absolute banger. We will see y'all next week. Thank y'all for tuning in.